Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. We're checking out the comeback of SUNMI with Balloon in Love. Checking out the conceptual clip prior to recording this video, hearing a little bit of the audio, and also seeing the poster, which was released a couple of weeks ago, but I just saw it now, and uh, damn. Very excited about this comeback with SUNMI, and I'm expecting it to be kind of. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the video popped up in the related section, but this already kind of like gives me vibes of Heartburn. So without further ado, and just thinking of Heartburn makes my heart rate go way up. So very excited about this one. So without further ado, Balloon in Love by SUNMI. Let's go. Ay, Dios mío. Jesus. Is she talking about herself, or is she just saying to us how we are feeling as we're watching these visuals? Because anyway. Damn, I love the glow, the mistiness. No, those bubbles will pop. Ooh. Just in case you were wondering how balloons are made. Never mind. Damn. Well, the origami instantly reminds me of like Snowdrop and Prison Break. Damn. I don't know how to explain it, but there is something really magical about the way that SUNMI can be so effortlessly sexy and seductive. And I think it might have something to do with like the visual style of this music video, like the haziness or like the glowy aspect of it. Maybe they slapped on, a couple of mist filters on the lens when they were shooting this. Maybe they did it in post, but there's like this super magical feeling to it. Especially the scenes that really exemplify the peak of love, that it's very, very glowing. Now, there's one thing that I was trying to keep an eye on because at first they didn't show the guy's face. Then you see the guy's face very briefly, but it seemed like his face wasn't the most important part. His abs were. I'm kidding. But it made me feel, if they didn't show his face at all, I would have thought that the guy's just like a metaphor in some way. Like both of them are basically kind of like metaphors for like people falling in love, love being amazing at its peak, being cruel at its very downfall. And then the balloon itself, letting go of that balloon kind of like made me think of, if you love something, you gotta let it go. Because maybe, you want to move on. Maybe you weren't meant to be. Maybe this was meant to be nothing more than just like a novel and not necessarily a 10 series book where they lived happily ever after, which kind of fits within, like, I believe there were some deaths in Heartburn, if I'm not mistaken. This does feel like a bit of a relative in that family, and Sunmi didn't even have to be a redhead this time. Like, she was absolutely incredible. There were those shots where suddenly, like, there's like the shot with the skirt was very reminiscent of like Marilyn Monroe, which I thought was really, really cool. Again, it has like that super retro vibe, which Heartburn had as well. All of the bubbles were also really, really cool, but much like love, sometimes those bubbles might have to burst. Maybe going through kind of like the rose tinted glasses phase, maybe the honeymoon phase, and just like the bubbles kind of like bursting. At the end, she had to burst her own bubble, which is kind of like a form of expression, to burst someone's bubble, like to snap out of it. And maybe the love wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. It wasn't supposed to last long. The reason why it's so good is because it was meant to be like a short fuse kind of love and not necessarily something that will last forever. But they definitely like show off like the shots in the car with like the golden hour, them hugging, as I think there's like sprinklers going off. Like, it's so incredibly like romantic, and the golden hour symbolizes like them being literally golden together. I thought it was really, really beautiful, and almost like, as much as the sun starts to set on this, the sun maybe is also starting to set on this relationship in some capacity. There's definitely, like, I'm not sure why whatever happened happened, but there was like and also like the flowers. Those are not the flowers that I thought they were, but maybe kind of like, in a way, those are not cherry blossoms, but much like maybe it's a similar flower, like in terms of like it being an occasion that it happens in a specific time and then it goes away to signify the importance of this love or something like that, which could be interesting. As well, the flowers themselves, like her being covered by the flowers, like it actually reminded me of the movie. Oh my god, what is the 90s movie? Wait, hold up. I know, damn, it was a movie. Uh Wait, hold up. What was the name of the movie? American Beauty. That's what it reminded me of. For some reason. Although the flowers there were a little bit different, but again, the sun is setting. The sun is constantly setting on them. So it's almost like the sun is also setting on their relationship, and Sunmi goes from a very happy expression to a very almost like mind-numbing. Like, the switch up in her acting was really, really, really beautiful. Almost like a realization that this potentially wasn't meant to be. The constant fogginess, like being alone in the shower to then being in the car with him and it fogs up. Now in the shower I'm alone, it fogs up as well, but it's so lonely. It's really, really Really interesting. And then like the choreo with her dancing and then falling flat on the ground like that. The transition was really, really cool of her being so high in the field to then dropping down to the couch, being all by herself crying. There's something with the bicycle. I'm not sure if maybe something happened to the guy or they just broke up or something like that. I honestly, if heartburn is any indication, maybe he dies. This shot is also incredible. Like the balloon representing the guy in a way, but also her love, but then letting it go in a way. Because if you love something, you gotta let it go. You can't let it consume you because it will become something that you hate. I'm not really sure. I think it's incredibly symbolic, the fact that she let it go. Or maybe love is something that will stay only with you, which is why I'm the balloon in love. And maybe if heartburn is any indication, maybe my love disappeared along with you. And my heart will always be with you. And now she's on the ground there standing, almost like in a way lifeless. The music video itself was absolutely beautiful. I think it was incredibly artistic, and the song itself, Sunmi's vocals were incredibly angelic, very peaceful, and very pure. And I don't really know what else to say because the video really captures all of your imagination. And it's obviously a huge part of it is thanks to Sunmi's visuals. Her acting was incredible in this one. It was almost like a very delicate version of Sunmi, but still had a lot of like sexuality to it and sensuality to it. So she did a phenomenal job of making it feel a lot without making it feel like it was too much. And she did a phenomenal job, honestly. But the production on this video was really, really cool. I really enjoyed the style and the transition from her dancing in the field to then flopping on the couch was also really, really, really beautiful. A nice cut in between to kind of like symbolize a bit of a, snap to reality without the love interest. And letting go of the giant balloon was incredibly metaphorical as well. So, and, wishing, as the lyrics say, for that person to stay in your arms and that person only being able to take you higher. I feel like the song really could go in a couple of different directions, whether it's losing someone due to something very, very serious to where you're never going to see him again, or just ending a relationship that, still affects you tremendously because you're still in love with a person that is no longer, that you broke up with, basically. So, um, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. And, some of the steamiest scenes with the car and everything else with Sunmi were done so incredibly well because it was steamy because it's Sunmi. Like she just has like this inherent natural sensuality to her. And yet, it makes you gasp, but at the same time, when you really think about it, they didn't go overboard. But because it's Sunmi, it's like she's so strikingly beautiful. Yeah, I didn't know. I'm talking gibberish. Anyway, this was beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section. And have a wonderful weekend ahead.